Hey y'all, I seen another good Netflix series. Yo, Netflix is on a roll. Like, Tubi got some competition. Netflix, they really are on a roll. And I don't know if y'all remember early Netflix. I didn't start having Netflix until like pre-COVID or whatever. But Netflix has been around for a while. I remember people talking about it. It used to be like $2 a month, then it went to $8 a month. Now is that bitch is $27 a month, but it's worth it because it's always something good to watch. So yesterday or over the weekend, I was watching the I told y'all about the Magda murders, and that was so good. But today I was watching um Love and Death. Ooh, girl, and what makes it so good is not now it's a very redundant story about infidelity and people being trifling. But what makes it so good is the girl got away with it. How she got away with it, I don't know. I didn't get that far. It's time for me to go to bed because I got work in the morning. But it's good. Like, so it starts out boring. And I think that's what kind of, now that I'm older, something could start off. I know that if it's super boring, the ending is gonna be good. And I noticed that's the theme, or that's the new wave. Those of y'all who are, you admire other writers, that's like the new wave for a lot of series and movies. It starts off super calm. Like, there's so many things that I've watched and the ending was shocking because it started off like happy family. Oh, they so happy, da da da, and then it's like boom, somebody dead body. So that's how this is because it starts off so innocent. It's about people in church and they in the suburbs or whatever, but the woman wasn't happy in her marriage, right? So instead of her trying to work out her problems, she went up. This is the shocking part that I felt was shocking because normally with most affairs, the man comes to the woman, and 9 times out of 10, the woman be trying to say, "Yo, let's chill," and the man is the one that want to keep going. 9 times out of 10, but in this situation, she went up to him and she pursued him. So that's what made it a little shocking. You could tell like she was a little off in certain things, and that's why I feel like she murdered his wife. So basically, it was such a trifling situation. They went to the same church, they were friends, she babysat her kids. Um, he finally told her, like, so this is how it started. So basically, she was very bossy. She was like the do's and the don'ts. She was like, we're not gonna fall in love, we're not gonna catch feelings. And she made up a whole list of the do's and do nots. So they both corny, like they just two corny church people from the suburbs. And like he never kissed a woman. Like he was married, but he like never tongue kissed. So like she corny too. Like they both was corny. Like when you watch it, it's corny because that's what makes it so intriguing. Two corny people, but they doing trifling shit, right? So they corny. And then another thing is everybody wearing wigs now. Like you can see they lace front or whatever. So it's kind of weird to watch. This was the late 70s, so everything is 70s and whatever, whatever. And the real name of the woman is Candy Montgomery. And so when I Google a picture, she actually had like curly hair, like how they used to wear back in the day. But the actress has like straight hair. But anyway, so that's what makes it so trifling. Like this is like her best friend because it's like you watching somebody kids. The husband, he decides like, yo, we gotta chill, and so he decides to go to couples therapy, and it actually works. And he encourages her. He's like, well, maybe you and your husband should go. So they actually go. So the husband, her husband, finds his name was Pat. He finds the letter, and the friend owns a salon or works in a nail salon. Yeah. So he pulls her to the side, like, yo, is this true? Like, X, Y, and Z. So the friend was like, it's over. Me personally, if somebody husband confronted me and I'm the friend of the hoe, I'm gonna be like, I don't know. I'm gonna be like, I don't know what you're talking about. I would never want to interfere in nobody's marriage. Like, I would be like, respectfully, you should ask your wife. Like, I'm her friend. I'm not gonna sit there and tell on her. You know what I'm saying? Like, like that's just weird for him to confront her. Like, so she tells her, she give her a heads up, like, yo, your man's no, da da da. So she on the phone, like, okay, you know. So she has such a good husband because even after he finds out about the infidelity and stuff, he's like, yo, I'm willing to work on our marriage. And that's what makes the story so crazy, because most women that are in extramarital affairs that I've seen on like documentaries and movies and everything I've seen in my entire life, most of them, if they have like a negative reaction, it's because they have nothing to live for. Often they have like no families, no children, no parents. They just be alone. And so they want a family, so that's why they do that. But in this case, the woman had 2 children, a loving husband. Like, even after he found out whatever, he got her flowers. He was like, let's work on our marriage. And it was just so, like, that's what makes the story so intriguing. And I think that's why they made a series, because it just didn't make sense. Like, none of it makes sense. Like, you went up to a man, first of all, your husband looked better than the side nigga, but you talking about some your husband boring. I didn't understand that. Then the side dude don't even want you, and you won't take a hint at first. And then the affair was over for like 7 months, and then the wife finds out. She doesn't say how she finds out. So this is why I feel like it was aggravated murder, because how did the wife even find out? She don't even she didn't even say that in her testimony, I don't think, because they would have brought it out in the movie, in the series. So I got to the part of Don't Kill Me, I think is the name of the episode, or whatever. And then the next one is going to be The Arrest. So I like episode 4 or 5. But so far, so basically the husband goes on a business trip of the victim. He's calling the house, no answer. So he tells his neighbors to go investigate. And so they find her body in the utility room, and she looked like she'd been shot, but they found out it was an axe. Now, the story that Candy tells is she came to the house for her daughter's swimsuit. Okay, it happens, I guess, but me personally is like, it's early in the morning. Why am I coming to anybody's house for a swimsuit? Don't your daughter got another swimsuit? Like, why would you come to her house? I mean, it makes sense, but yeah, it don't make sense. Like, you went to her house for a swimsuit, so you couldn't go to the store and buy another one, or just look in her drawer and find another one. You're gonna go to somebody's house for, that's first strike for me. That's the first red flag. 2, if somebody's trying to attack you with an axe, all you have to do is reframe them. And there's a way how you could hold somebody's arms and hands, and they have no choice but to let it go. She struck this woman 41 times, y'all. I want y'all to let that marinate. 41 times. That is not self-defense. That is aggravated assault. That is aggravated murder. And I feel like it was premeditated, because she knew where to what. She'd been in this house enough times, right? They were friends, unfortunately. So she know where stuff is, right? She know where stuff is. So her weapon of choice was an axe. There's no way that you can convince me that because I feel like this, if it was self-defense, all you had to do was restrain her. And if you feel the need to hit somebody with it to defend your own self because you're that scary, 5 to 10 times, not 41. 41 means you was angry. 41 is aggravated. Like, you was aggravated with her. You hated her. You wanted her out of the picture, because And the reason why I feel like she did it is because of her whole attitude throughout the affair. She was very aggressive. He was the one that was like, yo, let's chill. Like, yo, you bugging. She kept coming up to him like, oh, da da da, like what they call Jezebel or adulteress. Like, he's like, yo, chill. What's wrong with you? Like, she was the one that was coming after him, which was that shocking because you don't really hear that. Like, it happens, but you don't really hear. It's usually the guy that be on to the girl, like, yo, let's continue. He was like, yo, let's chill. You got a husband, I got a wife. Let's cut it. So she was, the fact that she was aggressive in that manner, I feel like she was aggressive with attacking his wife. And then on top of that, what a coincidence that she's trying to do this when her husband not there, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just so many holes in the story. And then on top of that, the big one, another red flag, when it was over, she went about her day like it was a normal day. She washed her clothes, she took a shower. If it was self-defense, any normal person is going to call the cops, but we're not dealing with a woman that's normal. When you watch the series, you could tell she's a little cuckoo, you know. So because the way like she breaking it down to him, like the do's and do nots, we gonna do this and da da da. Then another thing that was weird to me, and I guess it's the times that they was living in, this is the 70s. She was cooking for her husband and the side dude. Like, what? Isn't the whole point of like, what? Like, that's the part that was just like, okay, I guess that's what they did back then. I don't know. But it was just very corny. It was just two corny people that was bored, that got together and had some sex. And she, homegirl, took it too far. Like, what? You know? And then, like, you gonna talk about some self-defense. And then the crazy part is she was acquitted. She got away with it. Like, where is this jury and what the fuck is wrong with them? And they said, and I was reading up on the article. I didn't read the whole, I didn't watch the whole series, but I read the article. Just because it's a very odd story to me. It just doesn't make sense to me from start to finish. Like, she went up to him. She chased him. He was like, yo, chill, we gotta stop this. She's like, no, at first. And then eventually, you know, whatever. She has a loving husband who actually wants her. And instead of working on her marriage, she gonna kill the side nigga wife. And the affair, the crazy part was, what doesn't make sense at all, the affair was over for 7 months. Keep that in mind, 7 months. So the fact that anybody would get angry after, it is practical. I have heard stories like that. It definitely does happen. And I'm sure everybody's experienced, you could have an ex or somebody you used to mess with, and then out of a clear blue sky, they'll hit you up. So that definitely happens. That definitely does happen. Yeah, so that's what made the story so good, because it's like it just didn't make sense. Like, for her to wait 7 months later and to be at the wife's house and the wife confront her out of a complete, you know, clear blue sky, and it's not even clear on how she found out. Because, like, for Pat's husband, or Candy, her name is Candy, her husband's name is Pat. So he found it through letters, like, that she was writing to the dude. And for the wife, it's unclear of how she found out. Like, 7 months later, she finds out, which, like I said, it does happen. But the story don't make no sense. And the fact that she got acquitted, it just shows you, like I actually did a presentation on Trayvon Martin, and just in general, people get away with crimes. It's not always because of race. It's because if you got good lawyers and you know how to if you know how to talk and present yourself, people believe you, and it's scary. You know, just like with O.J. Simpson, he had Johnny Cochran. P. Diddy, he had Johnny Cochran too, like back in the days or whatever. And, you know, if you have somebody to back you up and you can articulate yourself, you could win any case. And that's the scary thing about the justice system. And then you also have people who commit murders and rapes and they get away with it. And they're poor, so it's not always because, oh, if somebody got money. No, not always. You know, Rich people go to jail too. Diddy's in jail now. But yeah, like the fact that she got away with it is crazy. Like, you could hit somebody with an axe 41 times and people actually believe that you defending yourself. Like, are they stupid? Like, that's not self-defense, that's aggravated assault. If she was to do that shit now, no, that's aggravated assault. That is not self-defense. Self-defense, first of all, the human in you, even though you slept with her husband, the human in you is going to be like, yo, chill. You're not going to want to kill her, because I just feel like the human in you is not going to, you might fight her out of jealousy, but I don't know. I just feel like, nah, there's no way that you're going to 41 times. That means you hated her. You hated her guts. In your crazy mind, you felt like she was in the way. So you want to get rid of her. That sounds like something from Snapped. And a lot of those people did not get away. Some people did, whatever, in some cases. But comment, like, subscribe if you're watching, or if you've seen Love and Death. What do y'all think? I think that Candy Montgomery should be in jail. And it's scary that she got acquitted. Like, she didn't do no time in jail for killing her friend. And it's like, if you're defending yourself, it should never take 41 times. It should never take 41 times. It should take 5 to 10, and even that's too much. But 41. And then she went about her life like it was a normal day. Like I said, she went home, she took a shower, she washed the same clothes. It almost sounds premeditated, because she washed her clothes and put on the same clothes so nobody could say she changed her clothes. So I think it was a little, like, she thought about it. Like, I know I just committed this crime. I'm going to act, right? That's the mind of a criminal. I'm going to act like nothing happened. So when they question me, I picked up the kids. I did the laundry. I picked them up. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I did my wifely duties and my motherly duties for the day. So then people could think, oh. So, but my thing is, that behavior alone shows you that it was premeditated. Because for you to have enough, when you commit a crime, there's a lot of adrenaline inside of you, right? Even if it's an accident, you're gonna call the police because, oh my God, my friend is bloody. It's something that happens to you as a human being. Oh my God, what did I just do? My friend is in blood. She's a human being. So the fact that you could leave her baby in the crib, right? And it was so sad when I was reading this article. That baby was left alone for 13 hours, crying and in feces. The fact that you could do that to somebody's child, and you're cognitive enough to wash your clothes, take a shower, go and do your motherly and wifely duties, right? Then when she gets the phone call, because he has no idea that this woman killed his wife, so he calls her like, oh my God, she just passed away. So she fake crying like, oh, whatever. And then, like, it's just incredible, because it's like you're just acting like you just, like, this is just a normal day. Any normal person would have called the cops. Like, yo, I'm in her house, I defended myself, she's in blood, I think she's dying, da, 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 da. You know what I'm saying? The human in you is gonna get her help. You're not gonna just leave her there to bleed to death and then just go about your day, because that's exactly what she did. She went about her day like nothing happened. And that's scary. That shows you that she was crazy. And throughout the series, before she kills her, you could see like she was like, it wasn't all there with her, even though it's a series. But if this person was really acting like that, like, she was cuckoo. Like, from the very beginning, the way she approached him was, do you want to have an affair? Like, did she really say that? Like, yo, it's bugged out. Y'all gotta see it because it's just lack of social skills. I'm like, was they autistic? Like, they just, the actors in the Love and Death thing is just so incredible to me. I'm like, was they slow or something? Like, no shade to anybody out there, whatever. But, like, what the hell? Like, what the hell is what the hell, right? And then you go to your front house. Okay, she confronts you about the affair, which is maybe true, you know, because it's like you knew you were sleeping with her husband and then you going to babysit the kids. Who does that? Like, like who does that, right? What normal person does that? When her and her husband went to the therapy thing, you know, the couples retreat, she watched the kids. And she told her friend about it, like, oh, I'm watching their kids. Da, da. Like, who does that? You gotta be crazy to do that, right? To be smiling in the bitch face, watching her kids, like, that's just weird. And then it's like she's confronting you about her dude and she's trying to hit you with an axe. Yeah, you might hit her back, but 41 times, that's excessive. And it's aggravated. And I feel like it's premeditated because how was she able to do that and then walk away, take a shower? This bitch washed her clothes. She washed her clothes and wore it again because she knew that they would question her if they was to be like, why you changed your clothes, right? So that, to me, that's like low-key premeditated because she knew, she, mind you, she been in her house before. She knows where stuff is at, right? So what better to use somebody's weapon against them? But anytime you 41 times, that's excessive. That's excessive. And the fact that, another thing is, if it was self-defense, why you ain't say that from the very beginning? Why you got somebody's husband, it was so disgusting, like she's hugging him like, oh, I'm sorry for your loss. She came to the funeral and the mother introduced herself like, I'm Betty, because the girl's name is Betty that passed, that she killed. And she's like, oh, I'm sorry for your loss. How do you have the guts to say that to somebody's mother and you're the reason why she's gone? And them dogs, if them dogs could talk, because when she was dying, the dogs was barking. So when they saw her, they was barking, and the mother just thinking, oh, they just barking. Like, no, they trying to tell you that's the bitch that killed your daughter. Run. You know. But watch it. It is such a good series. I'm not done watching it, but it's just like, you watching it and something like that, you don't expect that in that type of series, because it's boring. It is. It's very corny. And what really caught my eye to watch it, it just looks so corny that I knew it was going to be good, because that's the new wave now. Even with Tubi movies, like when you watching it, you be like, this is so mellow. Like, it'd be good. Sometimes it'd be good. Like with Tubi movies, especially urban ones, black ones, they be real good. Like, they be real happy and everybody happy. Then all of a sudden, boom, dead body. You know, so I like movies like that because it's like it comes out of left field, you know. So just like with Tales, I seen it on BET. Now it's on Tubi. The stories are really good, and one of the episodes, the guy from Bruh is in it. And it starts off with a jealous brother. He doesn't want his sister to marry the guy. So you're thinking it's just regular, normal jealousy. And then you find out the brother slept with the husband. Like, what? Like, that was so far-fetched. Like, I did not see that coming. I did not see that coming at all. But yes, Love and Death on Netflix is super good. Yes, it's very intriguing. And the fact that she didn't go to jail, she got acquitted for hitting somebody 41 times, is just, that's scary to me. That's so scary. Like, You're claiming self-defense, but you was in her house though. That's the first like red flag. Like, you was in her house. If anybody was defending themselves, it was her. I think she, claimed self-defense. Because it just doesn't make sense. And then you went about life like normal. And then the messed up part about the situation, if she was never questioned by police and if they would have never investigated it, she would have never came forth to say that she did it. So that to me is, you're not remorseful. You're not sad about what you did. Because it took for the police to do an investigation to really find out. Because again, you went about, oh, who could do this? You gonna cry at the funeral telling the mother, I'm sorry for your loss and everything, and just act like you don't know who did this. So to me, that's murder. Because why are you acting like you didn't do it? And why are you just acting oblivious, like you don't know who did it? That's a murderer. Most murderers act like that. They go about their day like nothing happened. Some of them even have a nerve to, go to work. Kill somebody, then go to work. Like, kill somebody, go on vacation. Like, that is a murderer. If you're a good person that's self-defense, you're going to call the cops. You're going to be like, oh my God, I just hit my friend with an axe. I think she's bleeding heavily. I think she's going to die. That's what a good person would have did. Or somebody with self-defense. But comment, like, subscribe. Again, it's called Love and Death on Netflix.